Yeah, you need like an opener. So the kids went to bed. Downstairs, had a glass of wine. What's the thing you would say to your wife?
Are the kids in bed?
Yeah. That makes it seem like you weren't a part of it, though.
Yeah.
That makes it seem like
kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I'll say something like, very serious. Kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of The Kids Are in Bed. I'm Tim Severson, and with me is the lovely Jenni Severson. Say hello, Jenni.
Hello.
It's natural. So welcome. This is our very first try at a podcast. We took a long time trying to find this great location. How you feeling about it, Jen?
It's the best location in the house. Yes. So I think we nailed it.
It's the only location.
We nailed it.
We nailed it. We did. This is all my idea. Jenni is here under her own free will, I think. You're not feeling like you're
Are we getting ready to tackle free will on the first episode?
Yes, let's talk free will. No. This is a dream of mine. I've been very excited today because I've wanted to be on a podcast with Jenni for a long time, and here we are. So I hope it goes really well.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah. So I wanted to start off today by talking about us. And I think most people who are here came here probably because they've seen my website before, at least in the beginning, right? And if not, right, they're strangers. They don't know us and they don't know our story. But I think a lot of people know my perspective on our relationship and how things started. And so I don't think I've ever really heard you talk about the very beginning of our relationship.
You haven't?
I don't think so. So how did we meet?
Well, I mean, you had a pool.
I did.
My friend Tara lived down the street from you.
Mm-hmm.
And we would come over to your house to swim in your pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I met you.
What's your first memory of what's your first interaction with me? What can you remember?
Oh gosh, I have a terrible memory.
I know.
These questions are really hard for me because I have a terrible memory.
Okay. So do you have a memory of me? Let's start there and work our way back. What's it? You don't have a single, like, well, it doesn't matter if I feel like it was a longer, I mean, I have a very good memory.
It's so unfair. Well. It's so unfair.
Well, no, it's why we work so well together, right?
Yeah. No, I don't have a lot of great memories of life. I think we might need to start over.
No, we're not starting over.
Yeah, I think we might need to start over. I didn't know you were going to ask me this question. I mean, you could have like given me a heads up.
That was part of the fun for me.
I feel like a heads up about what you're gonna. I didn't know this was like a question and answer type situation.
How about I'll get it started and we'll see maybe if you pick up along the way something that
Are you sure you don't want to start over?
I am positive. I think that was wonderful, and I think everybody else will agree with me. Okay. So I can remember my very, very first memory is at the pool, and I was in the pool. You were sitting on the side, and we were just talking. At some point, we talked about the boy you had been previously dating. But there wasn't much more to it than that. We just kind of had a talk. And then I would say my next memory is of we were waiting to go to a movie, like as a big group, as we did back then, and we were in the West. Which mall was it? It was Westgate or
They both
Westport.
had movie theaters.
The
There was
one
three
next to
theaters in each
Movies
mall.
10 with.
They were both next to Movies 10.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the big mall with the
Oh yeah,
Herburgers.
Westgate. Westgate.
Westgate. We were in
Westgate Shopping
Westgate,
Center,
and we were hanging
I
out.
believe.
We were hanging out the end opposite Herburgers, which I think at the time, I think it might have already been converted to a Steve and Barry's. I don't think it was.
No.
I don't think it was a Kmart anymore.
It was definitely a Kmart.
I don't think so. I think the
Okay,
Kmart was
because I
gone.
don't remember the first time I met you, but I do remember stealing bras out of that Kmart.
Okay.
So
Are we outside of a statute of limitations here?
well, a Kmart doesn't exist anymore, so I hope so.
I think they do, don't they?
Not there.
No, right.
Oh, but like as a business? Yes. Yes, I'm pretty sure they still exist as a business.
Yes. Well, whatever it was, but we were down on that end of the mall, and I still don't know the circumstances, mostly because I couldn't believe it was happening. But you and I ended up walking around the mall together at sunset. And this was the day that one of my friends had made the association between you and Christina Aguilera. And in my mind, I was like, I can't believe that this is happening. And I don't, well, and again, that was not a situation, I don't think, for you, because you clearly don't remember it, were feeling any sort of way about me at that time. I think we were just really friendly. And of course, I knew that I wanted it to be more than that. But then that would have been in the probably midsummer to late summer. So now we're within a couple of months of the incident.
The incident being when we got dumped?
No.
Oh, what's the incident?
Well, we started a relationship because there were troubles at our junior high. No?
No, we were
Nothing?
already going out when that happened. Oh, see, now your memory is incorrect.
No.
Yeah,
no.
we had been going out for like a couple of weeks when that happened.
Oh yeah. You're right. Oh, that's
embarrassing.
See, there you go.
for
See how good your
you.
memory
Yeah,
is? It's
I do.
amazing.
I was gonna say that actually the incident I thought you were referring to was when we both got dumped on the same day.
Yes.
Because that's my first like actual true memory that I can recall is being in the bleachers at the football game. And
Yeah.
we were over on the end by the concession stand.
Yes.
And I remember I was wearing a pink sweatshirt, which I never wear pink sweatshirts. So I don't know why I was wearing that. But I do have memories of this night, which was we both got dumped that day by our respective boyfriend and girlfriends.
Yes.
Who I got dumped by your friend and you got dumped by my friend.
How did you get dumped?
No idea.
When did it happen?
I think it happened at school that day. I think
that
if I
would make
remember
sense.
right.
Before the football game.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. The thing is about this story, and I always feel like a bit of a fraud with this story because my girlfriend, I don't even know how long that happened. I don't think it was very long.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it was like a week.
8th grade.
Yeah,
so
but you had something that lasted longer.
It was
than
like
that.
Yeah, a couple months probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it might have been a note. Actually, I think it might have been a note that I might be misremembering this, but so your buddy Fred was friends with this boy that I was going out with, Paul. I think Fred might have given me a note. I might be wrong about that though. That's my best guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were at the football game and all of our friends were like, you two both got dumped. Why don't you sit by each other? So somehow everyone kind of got us to sit together. That's my recollection of the events.
I think, well, maybe that's not true. I think I was directed, but I remember I had to walk up the bleachers toward you. And that was really hard. That's one of those things that's like, I don't remember doing it. I did it, but like, it doesn't seem like something I would be capable of doing. Like,
Walking to bleachers? That's unfortunate for you.
they even have the shorter steps too. It's so much easier than normal stairs.
I mean, it's not hard.
No, approaching you or anybody for that matter, but you specifically. I don't know where I got that courage. Well, and then because then that started us just like running into each other in school
Yeah.
more often.
Yeah.
And then I sexually assaulted
I
you.
just was going to say, I do remember a sexual assault. I wasn't going to use those words, inappropriate contact,
Okay,
maybe. But
inappropriate
yeah,
contact.
Tommy
Yeah.
Hilfiger was very popular at the time. And I had on a sweater. It was red, I think, and white.
Mm-hmm.
And it just said Tommy Hilfiger, or maybe even just Tommy across the front. And you walked up to me in the hallway of the junior high and just traced your fingers across.
Well, because you did it. You did it first.
Oh, I forgot that part.
I was wearing an Abercrombie shirt,
Oh,
and you said Abercrombie, and then I did it back to you.
oh, yeah. So it's a little different.
Tat for tit, as it were.
Oh no.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. So, those are my first two memories: is the Tommy Hilfiger interaction and the bleachers at the football game.
Yeah, and I suppose we should also say that what year did this all go down? Do you remember that?
I do. Well, I do because I have a sweatshirt that says it that you gifted me.
That's not the only reason.
It is the only reason. I'm terrible with dates. I would not know the date if I didn't have that sweatshirt, and I actually have two of them. Because something went wrong with the shipping order.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's 1999.
It is 1999.
Yeah.
Well, it was 1999.
The answer to the question is 1999.
What is 1999?
Yes.
So, okay, so it was 19. So we are a quarter of a century this year.
Yeah, I know this. On October, 25 years.
25 years.
I'm 26, so that's really alarming. It's no good. It's no good at all.
You're 26?
In my mind.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm 26.
I didn't know if we were lying to the audience. I'm like, you're not getting away with 26.
Yeah, this I know. This I know. No, I feel 26 though. So
you act 26, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Do you think that's going to keep us younger, or are we aging faster because we continue to live life at a...
It'll keep us very young. Age is just a number. Yeah. We're very young at heart.
That's true. So I think this segue.
Segue. What an idiot.
Segues nicely into... What's my knee doing there? You're really taking up my leg crossing space.
Sorry about that.
The very first essay that I wrote for Tim Talks when it was on Tumblr was about an accident that we were both a part of. And so I'll drop a link to that if you want to go read it, or however. But a lot of people often say and I don't know how to feel about this most times, but that it's a very different situation to hear me tell a story than to read it,
Mm-hmm. It's true.
which makes
I've
sense.
experienced that.
But I'm not gonna tell the story, but I thought we could talk about some things. So if you want to be caught up, because we're not retelling the story, go read it or listen to it or watch it. I'll link it or something. Just bubbles. Can you help me figure out how to do that?
Bubbles?
Never mind. Um, I don't know why I was at that party.
Yeah. Nothing else to do
Yeah,
would be my guess.
yeah. I don't know. That's the one thing when I was remembering it as I reread what I had originally posted and then rewrote it and was thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was just kind of off, and I don't know why I was there, why we were there.
Yeah. I don't have an answer to that.
Um,
But
so
I think there were a lot of times where we were at places with slightly different groups just based on what was going on.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
That makes sense. Do you remember how long we were stuck
No.
before getting on the ice?
No. I actually, until I reread your story, I actually listened to it, which I recommend listening to the audio version of the stories. I forgot that that happened.
Oh,
I completely forgot that entire part of the night. And once I read it, I don't I don't think it was an extended period of time,
it must not have been then.
but it was definitely an ordeal. Like it was
Yeah.
there were a lot of people helping and it was pretty
And did
clear.
you just chill in the front seat? Or you just
Oh,
like
I'm sure. I don't know what else I would like I would have helped.
that's true.
Lift a vehicle? Like no. I probably got out of the vehicle maybe to like, I don't know, reduce
Pee?
the weight. Pee. Just go pop a squat in the woods real
Yeah.
quick.
Yes. Okay. Now, do you remember the accident?
Yes.
What do you
I
remember?
do remember the accident. I remember the sound that the ice crashing made.
Uh-huh.
And I don't remember screaming, but you say I did, so I believe you. I
It was
remember
one of us.
Ah, I remember Andy pulling me out of the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this wasn't in your story at all, but I remember my shoe fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Like as he was pulling me out. I don't know how this happened, but somehow
Do you
my
remember what kind of shoes you were
I
wearing?
feel like they were brown, like Doc Martin type shoes, probably not actual Doc Martens, but I feel like they were like a brown loafer. Is that a shoe?
I mean, a loafer is
Yeah.
a shoe. I don't know
Yeah.
you to wear loafers
I
often,
know, right?
nor did I when you were 17, but maybe
I
ever.
feel like it was a brown Doc Martin type shoe,
Yeah.
but probably from Payless
Mm.
Shoe Source. So I remember that happening, and then I didn't have a shoe. Once we were all up on the side of the ice,
Mm.
and we had a really long walk back to the party, I didn't have a shoe. And I remember, I think it was Fred gave me a shoe. So he walked home in a sock in freezing temperatures
Yeah,
so that I could have a shoe on my foot.
I would have traded him.
Yeah.
He really complained a lot about that foot, as I recall. One of us was up to our neck in water. No,
Yeah. I do remember too, though. I remember seeing it, right? Wasn't it in the water?
Yeah,
The shoe was like in the water, frozen.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was. I
Yeah.
don't think we got it either.
Yeah. I think that, you know, $6.99 shoe is lost.
I was thinking about this in one of the worst memories of my life. Mark whispering in my ear to tell the cops that the car was stolen. I mean, it really was quick thinking, right? Not a believable
Yeah,
story, but
yeah, it's quick.
I was not prepared for that. I wish I could have laughed harder at that in the moment.
I really liked in your audio version of this when you kind of very subtly try to do a Marky P
I
impression.
used to be so much better at it. I haven't seen him in such a long
Yeah,
time, so it's like it's gone.
yeah.
But the other thing was, and I don't know, my brother Dave has a whole lot of old home movies that I think he can get me access to. But we took a video. The video starts, and either I get in the car already filming, or I started filming and you got in the
What
car.
were you filming with?
Our family video
Like you
camera.
actually had a video camera.
Yeah. And you didn't know I was filming. And so you got in and just turned and said to me, like, oh my God, this morning when I got in my car, I could still smell your fart.
Oh my God, Tim! Inappropriate. No, this is not a fart podcast.
Oh, sorry. I'll bleep it. So that sounds like fuck. I don't know.
I could still smell your fuck is way worse. Is way worse.
I know. I was suggesting otherwise.
Oh.
But I remember that because like you said it, and then we filmed I think we went out and took video of the accident site, and then like I went home, and then my mom wanted to see it, and so like I backed up the video just to the beginning, not knowing, and that's how it starts.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you know how my mom feels about that kind of talk. And
Well,
so
don't we all? It's how we all feel about that kind of talk.
you were the one talking that way.
I was just a child.
You were just a child.
Didn't know any better. I don't remember any of this. Like you're not jogging a single memory.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
The other thing I remember about the night that the car went through the ice was that my purse was inside, and for some reason I thought my purse would be lost.
Is it a jean purse?
It was a jean purse. My brother's girlfriend at the time, Tracy, made it for me.
Yes.
And I was very, very upset about the jean purse, thinking somehow that like jeans can't survive in water.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was just frantic that night. So that was the thing I decided to be sad about, was my jean purse. And my friend Anna actually made me a new one because of how upset I was. She made me a jean purse.
Do you still have both of them?
I believe I do.
I think you do too.
Pretty positive they're in the garage.
I know there's at least one.
Yeah.
Where you keep all of your purses that are so special to you, right?
Well, they're keepsakes. They're out with my, Marilyn Monroe movies.
In the garage.
No. Where you keep your things that you don't like need on the regular.
In the garage.
Yeah, like your notes from high school that you keep in the garage.
Those are actually right here.
You pulled those in today.
In preparation for this moment.
Okay,
Jenni.
anyways, that's the other thing I remember is just friends, being good to you and rallying around you in a time that you're scared. That's what I think of.
Huh.
Andy saving my life.
Yeah.
Fred giving me his shoe. Anna making me a new purse. Yeah. I just think I have a lot of positive memories.
Well, that's great. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. I mean, that's after like the waking up in a cold sweat every night when I tried to go to sleep. Yeah, I was gonna say,
my experience was quite different.
Falling asleep was quite problematic for some time.
Yes, it sure was. I thought we could transition and maybe talk a little bit about our latest obsession.
Oh, which one?
Well,
I have a lot of obsessions.
Yes.
I like to be obsessed with everything. I don't really do anything unless it's at an obsessive level.
And it's really difficult because nobody else gets to know when your obsession ends, but when it's done, it's just done.
Are you talking specifically about me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You pick them up very quickly, but you drop them even quicker.
Yeah. I ain't got no time for that anymore. Moving on.
So much Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. No, I still like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, we have one picture hanging in our house, and actually, this would be called synchronicity.
It's a big word.
It is the painting that I bought you the week after we went through the ice in Miami.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's upstairs in our bathroom.
Yeah. I went down and found it at an art festival on, I don't know, the main drag on the beach in Miami Beach. I don't know if it's beachfront.
I don't think I've ever been to Miami.
I don't think you have either.
So I don't really know where that was.
But yeah, I found it there. That was my first time to experiencing a topless beach.
Nice. Good for you.
It was great for me.
Happy that you got to experience that.
Did a lot of walking.
Yes, I imagine.
That weekend that we were there. But no, I it's so funny when I look at that painting. I really like it.
It's a drawing, isn't it?
Yeah, or yeah, painting, drawing. That I never associated with being so close to that event until just now. But well, I guess I had one in mind, but I would be interested to see which obsession rules them all.
Well, so I've had a few minutes to think about it. When you ask, you see, I don't like not being prepared for the questions. Yeah. So when you ask the question, my mind goes blank for about 30 seconds. But now that I've had some time to think about it, I think you're talking about For All Mankind.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That is my current obsession.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a little embarrassed to admit it.
Well, I mean, time's ticking. We've got 2 left.
We're going to be finishing it tonight.
Yes.
I hope that's clear.
That's what's coming up. Yeah. So, how do we feel about it?
Yeah. So I am very into it, but I'm very aware that it's not that great. You know what I mean? I wouldn't run around recommending it to everybody I know. But it's one of those shows. The reason I love it is for the binge. If I wasn't able to binge it, I don't know if I would have made it.
Definitely not.
But because I can binge it in a very short amount of time, I haven't been getting much sleep lately. I've been staying up way too late watching the show.
Yeah.
But no, I really like it. It's super interesting. So are we talking about what it's about or what we think about it or what?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got to be careful of spoilers.
Oh, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Basically, the premise is that the Soviet Union beats the United States to the moon. Yes. And that happens in the very first minutes of the first episode. And then the rest of the show is all kind of a slightly altered reality based on that event.
Yeah, it's just 3 degrees different, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that I really like about the show is the fact that they kind of kept that even separation of our reality and then this imagined reality where it's not like there's, it's not the Jetsons in 1985.
Right.
But there are electric cars.
Yeah.
But they're still 80s style electric cars. And so I thought that was really interesting. We both have talked about how the show does a lot of time jumps and that they will really rifle through all of the changes to history
so fast.
And we are not good at our 70s and 80s history. No, it turns out
terrible.
We don't know anything.
There's so many things that happen that I don't know if they're like a historical reference or just completely made up for the show.
Yeah.
Like, is that a person that's now in a different role than they were in real life? Or are they a fictional character? I don't know.
Yeah.
I do like, though, there are some outlandish things, but all of the outlandish things are just revolving around the space program.
Right.
Right. So the rest of the world is that 3 Degrees, where they take like historical events and just very, very slightly alter them,
Right.
which I think is really interesting. Yeah, I
Yes.
like that.
Yeah. 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 I agree though. I like it, but I'm not going to tell anybody to watch it.
No. Well, I mean, I feel like we've been telling people we're obsessed with it, but it doesn't come along with a recommendation, which is
Yeah.
a confusing thing to do to somebody.
I feel like we've had a lot of shows that we've done that with in our
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. I do feel like I feel my stamp of approval, right?
Yeah.
Is it needs to meet a certain standard. I'm not just going to run around telling people I like a show that I'm not
Yes.
100% on.
Yeah, because how do we decide? How do we figure out what we're going to watch? What happens?
You pre-watch the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you watch the first episode
I screen
and then let
everything
me
we
know
watch.
if I'm going to like it or not. I just don't have time. I will lose my patience. I will say I do not have time for this. So if you've watched it, you vetted it, I know at least that I'm going to enjoy it. Otherwise, I'll never start. So I'm
Yeah.
going to be like, I'm not interested. I have no time for this.
What do you think my success rate is?
Oh, very high.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
It's actually, it's not wild at all. You know me perfectly. You know everything that I like and
Yeah.
dislike, and you do a
But
great
I
job.
don't think that that's a very common thing. Do you?
For people to know me, I'm kidding. For somebody like their spouse to know their spouse that well,
Yeah.
I don't know you that well.
I know. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You like
Yeah, it's a skill. It's a skill
it's
you
definitely
have.
not a skill.
Oh,
I don't well, maybe it is.
what is it?
Well, I just think it's because I'm obsessed with you.
Oh.
It's probably unhealthy.
Awkward.
Yeah, you twitched away there. That was nice.
Obsessed have.
She can leave whenever she
Oh,
wants.
yeah. Yeah. I hope you don't just drop me like I drop my obsessions.
Yeah, right. No. No, I guess, but I don't know. I guess maybe I do when I care about people, I take the time to pay attention to
Yeah,
what they
you do.
enjoy.
You do.
Yeah. The people pleaser in me.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I appreciate it. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
I think part of it is though is that we're very similar,
Mm-hmm.
apart from the ways that we're similar, drastically different, but you like a show. Usually what happens is you watch a show and you like it and you're like, Jenny will also like this.
I think I know as I'm starting whether or not it's going to be some like I've already done the research and gone is and then I think I watch it through a different lens than I do, because I watch in my free time
garbage. Absolute waste of time.
This is
garbage.
not true.
It is true.
Well, like what?
I don't want to out your shows.
Why?
Because that's some people might like them, but
me.
You do?
Yeah. I don't know what shows you're referring to when you say that. I was gonna say usually the things that I watch on my own are very dark. And you don't like dark or sad things.
I don't like sad things, no. You watch a lot of very, very sad like documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch documentaries in general.
Yes,
but
they irritate you.
They make me so frustrated. They're just impossible to sit through. But especially the sad ones.
Yeah.
Like, why would I don't know, I feel like you subject yourself to a lot of pain and sadness that I don't want
I think it's probably
in my day.
I think it's probably a way of reminding myself that like it's not so bad.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It could be a lot worse.
Yeah, that's true.
It's perspective, I think, is more than anything.
It doesn't give me perspective. It makes me cry for days.
Yeah. You take it a lot harder, which is interesting because you don't take a lot very hard at all. I don't feel like
because I just don't let it happen. Just if you don't ever have a sad thing happen to you, you never have to feel sad. Like, it's not that complicated.
Well, I think that is a great way to end this one. I don't know that we can get better than that advice. I think people should. Well, I don't. It makes sense. Just avoid sadness
At all costs.
at all costs. Oh, we also have 2 kids.
Oh yeah,
We didn't really
they're
mention.
in bed. They're in bed upstairs. Nobody came downstairs either. That is a win. That's a
what's
win.
up. I hope that high five looks amazing.
It was my left hand.
It was
your
left.
left too, obviously. It was a bad high five.
All right.
We'll get that better next time.
Well,
so let's go.
Are we going to be doing this again, do you think?
I was just getting ready to like sign off with a killer closer.
Oh,
well, let's go check on the kids.
Oh.
See? How good was that?
I want to check on the kids.
We're not going to actually check on them.
Oh,
We're going to say, let's
deal.
go check on the kids.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think yes, as long just like give me like the tiniest bit of context about what questions you're gonna ask me, so I don't have to feel like a fool, and then I'm all set.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love you.
I love you too. Ew, gross.
No?
No, we can't. No one wants to see that.
I love you.
Oh.
Okay. See you next time. What's that hand doing?
I don't